las cosas buenas. Tienes salud, dinero y libertad. La angustia que sientes no sirve para nada. Oye, tienes que cambiar, lucha porque no es tan mal. Risa porque la vida te da. La angustia que sientes no sirve para nada.
Caller's a bit out of whack there. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Thank you, and 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 you right there. That one and that one. God bless you all. Thank you so much for jumping on in and being absolutely Amazon amazing for jumping on in. 63,090. They can't seem to break 63K. I've been sitting here watching this funky price action. Low volume, light order book. BOOKMAP says 62,000 is coming. That's where the fat red orders are. We usually do go into the red zone. We call it Big Red here on the channel. If you ever had that gum as a kid, if you're from the 80s, you know all about Big Red. Shout out to everybody on the live. Thank you for being here. You can see the tip jar over there. If you want to throw a tip to a guy that goes live every single day and you just like the performance, say you like the performance. You enjoy the show. You're like, you know what? This is amazing. I like the showmanship. Send a tip my way, baby. I appreciate it. Just like, see those guys in New York. They're doing handstands. They're doing also the break dancing. Send a tip. Fill up the bucket, they call it. This is fill up the bucket. Hey. That's Philip. That's Philip over there. Fill up the bucket. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Let's take a look at what's happening to BTC. We finally just broke 63,000, 63,960. I see a bit of a diamond here for Bitcoin. Looks like we're struggling. I didn't open up a long or a short. I was looking for a long on the 4-hour time frame, but I started to hesitate here. This does look like a diamond to me. Remember, we banged this, we pumped this other diamond on the 15-minute. Was it, the heck is that diamond? Last weekend. Anyway, I'll find it later. Not even, I think this was it here on the 15-minute. There it is. Yeah, that was the diamond. Anyway. Diamonds reverse price from the way they came. So if you came into a diamond, you'll dump out a diamond. It also kind of has like a head and shoulder vibe, as if you broke the neckline, got back inside, but you still have a head and shoulder if you think about it, and you just kind of took away that price action. It looks a little more bearish to me than bullish, but it also is one of those difficult days where it's a little hard to call. There's the things I like bullish. There's things that I see that can be bearish. And I'm weighing in on both of them. And it's you know what I mean? I'm in that zone right now. So let's take a look here. The monthly still looks beautiful to me. I start off with the top-down analysis. Top-down means you start off with a bigger time frame and move your way down to a smaller time frame. It's called a top-down analysis. From the top down, you go to the biggest time frame you can look at. I mean, the 2-month chart now is starting to become somewhat viable. The 3-month chart is starting to begin to have some type of shapeage. 10 years from now, 20 years from now, you know, you're going to see shapes like head and shoulders. Then there's going to be a double bottom, even on the big time frames. You see what I'm saying? And look, it looks like it could take some time. Look at that, July. Look, if it goes on this trajectory, and it kind of does something like this, and it seems like it'll get bigger over time. Still, you know what I mean? 282 by April of 2038. Like, I don't know. I'm not saying that's going to happen. Maybe it's bigger. Everyone thinks it's going to be higher. I don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? I just like to kind of look at ideas, but it definitely looks like, you know, this took 8 years of price action. I'm not saying the next are going to be exactly the same, and obviously they're not. But even if you had something similar here, you see what I'm saying? You're only 180 by 2034. I don't know. I just think it's going to take a little longer than people realize to get to price. And I'm a huge Bitcoin guy. I just want to be real about certain things. You know? Like, there might be definitely some AI stocks that outperform Bitcoin. At this point, I'm like stacking Bitcoin as the main layer. If I make big money in the stock market, I'll put some of those profits. But I'm starting to look all over the place. I'm a speculative guy. And I'm starting to look at the speculative behavior. You know what I mean? I think we could 3x Bitcoin in the next year and a half to 2 years. 60 to 180K seems likely to me, but that's a 3x. And that's good. But I mean, I've outperformed that many, many times. I know I can do it again. So I'm not putting down Bitcoin. I'm just saying, you know, I'm diversifying a little bit. But my long-term DCA, I'm still buying tons of Bitcoin into the fear. This is still the best time to build a nest egg in the greatest asset in the world. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as such, right? So anyway, the monthly still looks beautiful to me. I like this level here, 176 to the upside. Still looks positive. This all looks good to me. Shoulder, you know, this turns into an inverted head and shoulder on the monthly. And this is what I'm proposing eventually happens here, you know. And again, we even kind of have slight bull div. We have almost like a hidden bullish divergence here. If this swings up, that swings down, that's a hidden bullish. Tells you you're going to definitely break this high before you break this low. For sure. You're going over 126 before you go below 26,000. Basically is what it's telling you. And I would put my money on that. But, you know, you never know. You never. The second I said it, I was like, ooh. Knock on wood, I mean. You know what I mean? It's funny. Once you say the contrarian, then it's like, oh, then it can happen. It's like, oh, no. Don't say it. And, you know what I mean? It's out of mind. That's a jinx, you know what I mean? It's like, anyway, that's how you're kind of part of reality, you know what I'm saying? Once you enter into reality, you're actually controlling it, affecting it, and influencing it in some way, shape, or form, whether you realize it or not. The elites know this, so they use us to help reality form. They tell us what's going to happen beforehand. You see what I'm saying? The people that control the world, the people behind the scenes, they have to tell you what they're going to do to you before they do it. They told us what those things were going to do before they did it. I don't even have to mention them. You either figured it out or you didn't. I fought tooth and nail to never let anything in my blood. You know, it is what it is. Some people had to do what they had to do. I understand. I found, you know, no matter what, there had to be a way out, and God provided it for me. I really prayed to God, put all my faith in God, and God provided me a way out of never getting that stuff. Anyway. If you know what I'm saying, you do. If you don't, it's okay. You get it, though. 2-week chart. Support, you know, it's on support. You got this chunk here, resistance here. You're bouncing right there. And you've got this bullish divergence. Now, yeah, what if the RSI just dumps completely and goes lower? Yeah, I get it. But, like, let's look at the RSI in history. Let's double-click the RSI. And you can see the last low we ever had, we're lower than that. Like, we went lower than the low, lower than the pandemic, lower than the last bear market. This is all the sell pressure that's ever been in the history of the world. Like, it took so much sell pressure to get Bitcoin down to 57.5. And remember, the biggest whale, more whales bought Bitcoin more. I think it said more than 2013 or something. I put out a post. This is insane. This is a big time, long-term accumulation. People that understand Bitcoin and see the big picture, they can see this is what I call the half a cup a handle, the ascending cup and handle. This, you know what I mean? It's on the way up, and this thing I've seen this many times on other altcoins, and that's a unicorn, baby. That's on the way. So anyway, it looks very bullish to me. I could be wrong. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. You either listen to this and enjoy it, defy it, don't believe it. It's whatever makes you happy. All right, let's jump on into a possible live trade here. I see Bitcoin struggling on the small time frames. I want to see what we got cooking. I have learned, for whatever reason, keeping a tab alone is best when you have multiple tabs open, especially if you're like trading on that tab for whatever. I don't know why, but it's like, I think it's because its own window puts more virtual reality on one tab, but I could be wrong. You know what I mean? Just something that I'm speculating on here, but I have noticed it. Anyway, that's why I kind of separate weeks. So you're seeing this here, you know, we struggle below the 200 moving average, kind of shoulder, head, bit of a right shoulder there. Bearish. You know, we were getting tight. You know, a move is coming for Bitcoin. And I look at the 1 minute too, or probably, yeah, look, the 1 minute is in a descending triangle. Look at it. Kind of below the 200 moving average, suggesting that we're going to take a bit of a dump. I mean, that's, you know, that's bearish. That says we should take a bit of a 1 minute scalp on the short side. That wick from the downside on the green candle looks interesting. How they pumped it up. Could it be a bit of a double bottom? Where this is kind of like a cup and a handle in a way when they pump it, I guess. Look at that. I'm going to figure it out. We're going to watch price action on the smaller time frame. I'm going to see if I can give you guys a trade. Last few weeks, I've been able to say put a 333 if you made gains on the stream almost every single day. So there's a chance I pull off a win here. The probability is in my favor so far. I've been doing well. Want to see if I can continue the streak, keep the streak alive. I may flip long in 2 seconds. I just want to make that clear. Don't be preemptive. Wait for us to figure out what we're doing here. Let us breathe in the trade. Let us take in the price action. Let our subconscious mind seep in. Let it start to build. We might see something differently in 10 minutes that we didn't see before. Let me continue with my top down. I don't want to miss anything there on the small time frames. 2 week chart, bullish divergence. I like what I'm seeing. Higher low on the stochastics RSI. MACD leaning out. You know, lack of bearish momentum. Like, where are the bears? Look, the bears are losing volume every day. Falling volume with falling price. Where is the sell? Like, a sell is just going to come out of nowhere? Looks like a reversal is coming for me. I don't know. You tell me. I've been doing this for a long time. I could be wrong. Weekly still struggling to stay above the 200 moving average, but it is there. And that's a key component of my trading style. If you long right here with a stop below these wicks, there's a good chance we might actually win that puppy. You just got to be calm, cool, and collective and put what you're willing to lose. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. You do whatever makes you happy. That's something I did. I'm long on the weekly right now with my stops right here. They might come get me. And every single time a green candle closes next to a red one, I will long. Because eventually I'm going to hit the bottom. And that trade will pay for every loss if it rips all the way to the... Eventually, I will trade the absolute bottom. I get it. You have to be very focused on the big time frames. You have to look at the big time frames almost every day. If you do that, there's a good chance you can win trading the big time frames. If you only look at the big time frames like once a week like I used to, like I only used to look at the weekly like on the weekly close, like here and there, you know, not when it mattered, but just here and there. This looks bearish, man. I might not have time. Take profit would be 62,430. Stop loss would be at about 63,223. The risk reward ratio is absolutely horrid. I'd have to get myself somewhere lower, right? We'd have to get to 62,136. I mean, that looks like cat ears right there, right? I'm taking the short. I'm not going to risk too much, but I'm going to take the short. 200 for 700. I'm shorting that puppy right now. It just looks likely to me. 21 below the 200. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we flip it upside down, I mean, I long that. It's the long signal that we take every morning when we go bullish. So it's telling me I could take it bearish and I should win the same way. Kind of an Adam and Eve with a double top too. Like it has some Adam and Eve vibes. It has shoulder, head, and right shoulder vibes. It has cat ears right here. I just think there's a good chance I win this trade by probability status. Up 14 bucks. We'll see how this goes. Nothing crazy. And I could easily get stopped out. If I do, no worries. I don't lose tons of money. I'm still up, you know. I made $1,000 over $1,000 yesterday. Yesterday was a great day of trading. So I hit a massive scalp that I didn't think I would hit on the 15-minute. I meant to talk about that yesterday in the stream. I didn't. As a trader, I want to kind of diary some of the things that happened to me because I trade so much. And that was epic. It was such a cool trade, and I'd love to talk about it. So I want to talk, you know, every once in a while there's a trade that kind of just so different than all the other trades you've made in a long time. Or that just catches you off guard, or you just kind of remember. And that 15-minute, I mean, I just still can't believe that short squeeze to the upside. Now, they might get me, flip it up, and if they get me, then we can long later on when my model appears on the 1 minute. No worries. My style is really good at, like, complementing a loss, helping you kind of maintain a calm nature, and getting back into a long if you're wrong about the short, right? It is kind of digging in here, kind of double bottoming. Let me finish my top down, too. I might see something that I might have stopped me from opening up the short. You're like, well, are you shorting? You just called long. You're so long. You're bullish. Yeah, that would be a scalp. You know, that would be a moment in time where we just have a little bit of a dip overall. Wow, we're kind of digging in there. Looks like I may get stopped out faster than I thought here. Look at that. Dang, man. We'll see. I can't watch. So the weekly, stay above the 200. That starts to close below. There's a chance this does slope down. And, you know, the other bearish tone is like, what if we just bear flag? Like, we could go sideways up until about September 14th. And we show no signs of real, like, breaking a previous, like, if we can't get back above here, 70, 72, 780 here, you can't get back above that high, we're likely going to dump somewhere down to about 43,920, you know? It's just how it is. 5-day chart, oversold. Looks like, hey, we're going to bounce with a bullish engulfing candle. 5-day chart looks bullish to me. 3-day chart looks like it's building an inverted head and shoulder. It's just going to right shoulder and pump to the upside. I like what I'm seeing there on the 3-day. Looks very interesting. Does say we're in for some chop, though. And then the daily coming back. Oh, no, sorry. Let me switch. The daily. Yeah, the daily kind of, you know, if that closes red today, it's one of two ideas here. And let's break it down. Let's get rid of this projection. That was simply a projection, which has no basis now on the daily. Just and you got to keep these different ideas, just like playing chess. You don't know what the person against you is going to do, but you have all these different thoughts and ideas, and you map them out and you keep them. And the better you are at chess is the more thoughts and ideas you can keep in your head and then cancel out the ones that don't matter, but keep the ones that do. Very similar to trading. You put all the different ideas that could happen, you cancel out the ones as they stop being more realistic, and then you build the ones that make sense. Each day you get a little more data. Like, I might be on the fence, and I might be waiting for the daily candle to close. If that thing closes green, then boom. That just tipped the scale to the probability side that makes me go long. If it closes red, it tipped the scale the other way. It makes me go short. Right? By knowing TA and using different probability stances on the technical analysis, I can see kind of what's happening. Look at this. I mean, they're coming for me now. Coming from my trigger. Clearly was a bounce. We did not get the dumpy. Was a fake move. Trading this weekend, ever since that, the Fed, it just solidified we're in that weekend trading. You know, it could still be cat ears. Almost feel like my stop should be right above that wick to attempt to save me. I don't know if I want to give it that much closure, though. Like, you know. Could still be a bit of a cat ear pattern here. Oh, don't lose me now. Could still be a bit of a cat ear pattern. Oh, I missed that one, but you know what I'm saying? We'll see. I mean, it might be a tweezer top here, fail. We'll see, I don't know. You want to see it pump first, not, that looks like it's going to come get me. When it dumps first, that's going to be usually a big green candle. We'll see. They're getting close to me now. They're coming to get me. Oof. And look at the second I got in, they fired it off. So it's like I'm a freaking reverse candle, man. I'm a Jim Cramer today. What the heck, bro? Still on the trade, though. You never know. That could make a wick, then make a red candle next to it. Ooh, look at that thing. Turning into a possible top now. That's a double top. I love when it gets so close to being wrong, but then it ends up being right. It's just so, you know what I mean? People start trashing you in the comments. Next thing you know, like, it was an epic trade. You know, we'll see what happens. It might make a bullish retest, too. Let's finish the top down. This is some good entertainment, huh? Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Do you not feel the emotion of the trade? I could lose in front of everyone. I could win in front of everyone. I was just this close to being stopped out. Now we've got some life back in the trade, baby. 2,400 in there at 33x leverage. Let's go. We could do this. At 23x leverage, sorry. 0.88, almost the whole Bitcoin in the trade. 0.88 BTC. About a $56-something thousand trade. So the daily, you know, making a symmetrical triangle technically, and these are, you know, these could be bearish. So, like, again, I tell you the truth. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I know not what's going to happen to these trades, right? I just go over TA every day, give my subconscious mind as much information as I can, and that begins to build a raw database of information that I can tap into. By showing up every day, I've given myself an edge that I can tap into. That's it. That's all it is. There's nothing amazing about that. There's no shortcut to it. It's just showing up every day and putting in the work, folks. Some days, you know how many hours I put in that just nothing happened? Days I've watched the market without trading, no money, just watching. Days where I traded my butt off and lost money after being in the market all day. And then days like, you know, where I've made 5-6 grand that day. And then kept it chill for a few days. Traded small until my next big position. I like to trade hard and then trade kind of light until I see something really high probability. Then I trade hard again. This will be how you trade when you get older. I'm telling you right now. Once you know the best days to trade, you only trade the best days. Look, now they're coming for me again. That wick was kind of an indication they were going to possibly bounce this thing. Let me see what I'm missing here. This is like some crazy price action. My mind isn't like, it's not like tripping a memory. You know, it's just kind of like, I guess you could think it's like a double bottom here. So they just stopped me out, but probably it looks like they're going to reverse it down now right there and dump it. Shoulder, head, and right shoulder. It still looks bearish to me. Still maybe use the 200 as my reversal pattern. Well, if we look at it upside down, you can see it kind of was also some wacky price action. You know, maybe they try to keep it in the family there, but you know, it's dang. I feel like I'm spot on. I just maybe wasn't positioned perfectly at the right spot. And it's tough. Let me finish my top down. So daily closes there. I mean, it's going to come down to the bottom of this trend line. Overbought on the stochastics RSI. They need to come down too. Looks like we might get a bit of a pullback for Bitcoin. It might have to establish a higher low here, somewhere around this area. Pull a Fibonacci, see if we get a 618 up in there. Yeah, somewhere right there. 60,200 could be a bounce. Resistance. We had a bounce there. Could be an area that you want to pay attention to if we do end up slumping to the downside. If you look at BOOKMAP, that's exactly where it has liquidity. 62 and then right down here to 61,000. Yeah, not exactly, but it leads down and the red is lower there at 62.5. Dang, man, they just dumped the thing so hard. Look at that. Damn, if I was just a second away, I mean, I should have tipped that wick. If I had hit that wick, I would have been fine. And look, that is cat ears, man. That is cat ears right there. Like, that's going to dump. I don't even have time. Dang, man, they got me, man, and I had the position. Some of you didn't get stopped out, I hope, and were able to ride. Let's see, this thing's going to, that's cat ears right there. Look at it. It's going to dump. I read it correctly, man. And that's what happens too. Some days you'll read it correctly and they'll stop punch you. I got stop hunting for $200. You know, my losses are small, thank goodness. But dang, man, I knew that hurts. That stings. That stings right there for me personally. Doesn't happen to me a lot on the channel. I'm usually either right or wrong. Like It's rare I get stopped out and they send it my way, man. But dang. All I had to do was just move it above. See that wick? All I had to do was use that wick for protection, just like I said out loud. I read it right. I could smell it, man. I could smell a dump on the 1 minute. I mean, the 21 below the 200. Who feels my pain right there on that live? Who feels my pain? Happens, man. It's part of the, this is part of the performance, all right? Granted, I want to win every time. Now it's like I can't be chasing. I don't get emotional now. I let it go. But like I would have been in right there. I would be dumping right now. I'd ride this dump. I clearly saw the price action was bearish. I did not call long. It is what it is, Sammy. You can't win them all. I got to tell myself that and actually believe it. You know what I'm saying? And actually believe it. I believe I can win every single trade I ever touch. You know what I mean? I'm like, I got to win every single trade that I've ever, you know. So, shout out to the chat. How's the chat doing? Raw dog didn't no stop. I like it. It happens, yeah. Had my stop above the wick. I like it. Already moved my stop before you said it above the wick. I like it. My stop was higher. Yeah. Went hard, solely, but winners don't stop. Yeah, it looks like they're playing games today. Be safe. I'm watching this morning, yeah. Feeling down after a silly pre-market trade on SpaceX. Then watch my balance drop by 5. Oh, my gosh. Sorry to hear that, man. And this is a place where people can come and just, hey, they can air it out. Hey, man, I made a big mistake. I did that. Hey, you know what? Telling people about your loss is a great way to tell, you know, kind of publicly talk about it and say, hey, whatever you did, don't do it again. Look, you called it a silly pre-market trade. You already knew it was a bogus move. You knew it was, you're calling out the move. God bless you, man. A lot of people wouldn't come out and publicly call themselves out. Ross, bro, you're on your way to becoming an amazing trader. Just keep going. You know how many losses I took? I made $1 million twice and lost it. 5K is nothing. You've got this, man. It looks like it's going to the 62.5. Yes, it's going lower. I mean, that's cat ears right there. Where you from, mate? I grew up in Boston. Then I moved to New York City for 20 years. Moved back to Boston, and then now I live in Florida, so my accent's kind of all around the place. When I come back to New England, my old accent tends to kick in a lot because I'm around everybody talking like that. When I move back to Florida, I don't hear it as much. It drifts away. So a lot of people can't understand where I'm from. Some people think I'm from down south. I come around here, and they're like, you know. Other people say, oh, I can hear that Boston accent. It all depends on the person, really. Everyone has a different idea. And yes, I do trade the 1 minute a lot. I trade the 5 minute. I trade the smaller time frames on the data intraday, you know, on the daily basis. They make the most sense. They make the most money, in my humble opinion, and they give you the fastest kind of piece of information. Like, they tell you what's going to happen the fastest. I feel like we could still almost pull off a short here. Stochastics have kind of turned in the short, in the Bears' favor. To 264. See if I can get to that bigger liquidity map, but that ain't bad right there. As the wick pumps up, we buy in and it dumps. Let's just see if I have a moment. 61,752. And slow is fast somehow when I do this. I don't know why. 63,229. I mean, the upward wick would be the buy, because then that turns into the downward candle. 300 for 1,000. We clean up the... Next thing you know, Trump tweets, we're starting the reserve, and just boom, you know. Who here is always wary of an X post that just, you know, changes price action in a half a second. Hey, Uncle Sam, can you ever how to find the targets of the measured moves, please? Just keep watching the channel every day. You're going to understand. I'm finding the target by taking them the length of the previous, you know, this kind of previous area here. I did extend it a little bit. If you look left, you might see a different area. That actually would be the perfect. I mean, that should be the downward wick. $268 for 1,000. I'm going to take it again, either lose again, and if I lose again, I'm out for the day. I'm not going to take more than $500 loss. Kind of is a bull div there, isn't there, you know? A price action as a whole on the moving averages doesn't look bullish to me. Looks bearish. I feel like I did what I was supposed to do. I bought the upward candle. It's like buying a red candle to get a green. You buy a green candle to get a red, you know. See if we can pull off this win. Pull off $1,000 of the trade. You know what I mean? Get our loss back and flip it, baby. Today I'm 7-7. Keep in mind, I like it, bro. He says bounce on the 30-minute. Yeah. Yeah, lost 500 3 days ago, made 600 back yesterday. View. Hey, please visit the 30-minute. It's reversing. God bless you, man. Thank you. The 30-minute is reversing, they say. It's right on the 200 yet again. Oversold in the stochastics, making a higher low. I get what you're saying. You could be really correct there, too. Look at the wick that came up, too. Huh. Could go either way. It's Chop City right now, though, on the small time frame. If I get spooked, I can close it fast. Then maybe focus on the 30-minute reversal. Trying to dig into a green candle now. Look at the 3-minute. 3-minute is attempting to dig in on some bull div. You know, you got the swing down with this swinging up. Stochastics are low. Like they sold it down. But man, that 21 below the 200 is like my go-to. It's almost like a bullish retest. You know what I mean? Like a bearish retest. Huh. That looks like a bearish retest of this trend line. Like it dumped, it tries to come back down, and then it's usually where you want to enter a short, right? That's what it looks like to me. Kind of does look like a reversal diamond too, though. Let's take a look at the possible diamond here. Funny, we've been seeing diamonds lately, and we haven't seen, you know. That has, you know, whenever I see the whipsaw there or the middle, I start thinking possible diamond. In from the bottom, out, back out the top. And then I really just trust the 21 below the 200 usually taps price down. The 21 above the 200 usually taps price up. This trade is break even right now. For a while, the suspense is crazy. Aren't we entering max pain? I'm going to go up and down like crazy these days. Yeah, the volatility is our friend. What you just said is beautiful. We can use it to make a day's pay. If you've noticed, what I'm doing is DCing into Bitcoin and getting in and getting out of my trades at the end of the day, mainly. Like, it's very rare that I'm going to stay in a trade all night. You know, like, I want to see what I made that day. Did I make 500 that day? Did I lose 200 that day? How was my risk management? What did I do? What didn't I do? All right. Damn, that looks good, right? That looks like a reversal pattern. Back to the upside. Could make a really small loss right now and call it a day. It should have kept dumping. It's not doing what I wanted to do. I'm out. It's already, like, even if it does dump after this, I'm out. Like, I'm not, because it was supposed to continue to dump from this candle on. You know what I mean? Like, that candle was supposed to dump. That was the whole point of the trade. So I can make it a really small loss. Look, I'm begging for them to kick me out. Come take me out, and then I can retrade a fresh brain. Only be down like 320 in the morning, maybe even less than that, maybe 280, right? Yeah. And then I can reassess the market. If that reversal happens on the 30-minute, I can take advantage. So there you go. That was supposed to continue. If it doesn't, then don't sit in trades that don't make sense to you, you know? So there's 2 little losses for me, not a big deal. I'm coming off a bunch of wins anyway, so I'm not stressed. And the wins were bigger than the losses, so I'm not stressing. Is a bit of bull div there. Hard to tell today what's going to happen. If they dump it, they dump it. You know what I mean? They're playing with traders this week. Mike Dowell, be safe out there, yeah. More volatile, the better for me. Yeah, I like the volatility. We can take advantage of it, for sure. And look, I'm going to struggle too sometimes. It is what it is. It looks like a reversal diamond to me now, even here, you know. We'll see what happens. I don't see my signal or my model as clear as normal, so. Exactly. Spot is selling, futures are shorting. It's going to keep dumping. That's crazy. STRC is dumping, somebody says. So is the S&P market just a little. Look, it came down hard right back down to this area. I like this long on the S&P. You know what I mean? Anywhere in the zone. I mean, can even open this up a little bit. I feel like we might come back down somewhere to like 75. And I like a stop somewhere below 74. And to me, I see this getting tight in the next 4 or 5 days. And then next week, we break out. And I see the S&P about to do some serious damage. Like, if it didn't make this head and shoulder a dump, man, it's on the way. Even the stochastics look good to me on the daily. So this looks beautiful. Yeah. The 21 was trying to cross the 200 on the 10-minute chart. It was still on the downtrend, in my humble opinion. Hey, we'll see what happens, man. Yeah. Everyone's got an idea. Some people say it's reversing on the 30. Other people say that it's still on a downtrend. Everyone's got, something to say about price action. Trust me, I've been here thousands of times and listened to 1,000 different people say 1,000 different things. And I just kind of, thank God I'm not influenced, because my trading would be all over the place, you know. My stop is still into the 4-hour 200. I'm staying in until we lose it. I like that idea too. You know, that was the kind of firmer idea I had this morning. That we were going to hold this 4-hour 200. The 21 was above it, and we were going to get some type of movement. I'd like price action to kind of look better than it does right now. See what I'm saying? So, someone said sending. Yeah, I mean, it's bouncing now, right? Right to the 200 moving average. And look, I would have lost way more money. I would have lost the $200 instead of just the $70. So, look, you can even see the model. I think the model played out on the smaller time frame. Hold on. Let's get to, there was a 30-second model, or probably a 5-second model. While the 5-second is in the model right there. 21 above the 200. 21 above the 200. Pump. We should get another pump right now. Look, 21 above the 200 of the 5-second. Boom. Out the flag to the upside. You can study the smaller time frames. They're going to teach you how the week, but the weekly is going to take weeks. Like, this is a weekly chart. Each of these candles is a week. The weekly would take, 10 weeks to make this same flag that the 5-second just made. We should pump hard right now off the 21. You will, like 70% of the time or more. I think about 80% of the time. And so, like, if you want to learn how the weekly plays out, then watch the 5-second. Watch the 10, watch the smaller or bigger time frames. Smaller time frames are going to teach you how price action works without having to watch it for days on end. Like, that is what's called a bull flag now. Maybe at Bart Simpson's now, and you never know what's going to happen. You just trade probabilities. But, you'd think over time that would pump more than it dumps. I wouldn't trade the 5-second right now. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm telling you, I'm looking at price action to watch how it builds itself into another time frame. This is how you learn. Are you enjoying the stream? Show your appreciation. Hit that like button. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. And honestly, showing people how to lose is the #1 skill I believe you can have. Literally, teaching people how to lose is #1. Top priority in the game. I do it all the time. Shout out to Master Friend. He will also teach you how to lose properly and how to win 3 weekly mentoring sessions inside of my Discord for an ad of $300. I mean, you chuck $300 and you get mentored. And it's absolutely amazing. Find out more. Hit the QR code to jump on in with another beautiful teacher that I've brought inside the trading group. And look, we got the pump on the 5-second, just like I told you we would. That was supposed to happen exactly as we saw. The 1 minute should behave this way. The 15-minute. Right now, will you just see this? You could take this and for the rest of your life, trade every single asset exactly the same. Look for this setup on the 15, on the 1. Look for the daily to be bullish. Look for reversal candles on the bigger time frames and then switch to the smaller and nail it. There's nothing stopping you from being amazing as a trader. It's just the education. That's all. The only reason you've been emotionally trading more than you thought is because you don't have an education. Once you get the education, you get excited about using it. Once the excitement builds inside the education, it'll get away from the draw of being emotional as a trader. Like, there's a draw to emotional trading. Don't get me wrong. You're sitting at home, you're watching a soccer game, nothing's going on, you look at your computer, Let me go into a leverage trade, your brain says. There's an adrenaline rush to it. You might be, some people are addicted to, literally, they keep losing, they keep putting money in. Subconsciously, they hate losing, it hurts, they don't like it, but subconsciously, they can't stop, they want to be in a trade all the time. They want to feel what it's like to be in a trade. They want to have a casino in their house. They're addicted to the dopamine. That's what they want. That's what these exchanges are going off of. I aim to combat that. I want you to get dopamine from understand, oh man, the 21 hit off the 200. I'm excited. I want you to get excited when you see a good setup. You know, I want technical analysis to get you like really going and be like, wow, this is hot. This is amazing. 30-minute reversing is what my man said. And I mean, so far it is. Look at that. Suggest that we could possibly punch in. I mean, wow, the long, it disappeared. Look how much I would have lost sitting in that short, being stubborn, being like, no, my way was the highway. I'm right. I have to be right. No. You know how hard it is? Actually, what I just did is actually one of the hardest things I've ever learned as a trader. I've learned how to get in and get out. Cool. Getting out of a trade when it could be wrong before the stop loss and mitigating the loss. And knowing that you're not flip-flopping, like just taking off a stop and then it doesn't, and then it goes the other way, and you're like, dang, man, what was I thinking? Stochastics want a pump. You did get a tweezer bottom there, followed by a massive wick. Kind of makes me, and the only reason I like to long this is because it is Tuesday. It's one of my favorite days to trade. Like Tuesday's hot sauce, but it is the summer. It's going to be a little tighter than normal. Look, we're back kind of into what I was looking at here is the fact that we're just making one of these. Just feel like we're in this pattern, but we just kind of left it and came back inside. I mean, I keep saying how I like the 4 hour above the 200. The bigger time frames look bullish to me. Yeah. Exactly. Good traders change mind. Great traders change direction. Hey. Those times when I get out, many times the pump happens without me. We'll see. I mean, today's you could feel the up and down price action today. This makes me more comfortable. I'm willing to trade this more than this is something I've traded many times. I'd like to get my stop below the 200. I have to kind of, it's like right there. This is what we want. 21 above the 200. No, you know what I mean? We'll see. It still looks like a diamond. Still has diamond vibes. And you look at the 1 minute. Can the 1 minute get above the 200 and touch that 21? So there's a couple trades here to be made. There's a 1 hour, intraday swing trade where I'd be in this till hopefully tonight or tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? We go to 68,000. So there's one trade right there. And then there's a scalp on the 1 minute that I'd be looking to possibly catch. Just thought about when I was in Singapore, walking down the boulevard. Beautiful city, man. Good times. Singapore, man. Big city, man. I can't believe how big it was. Like, it was like, you looked at it from a high top and it was like, wow. It was a big, big spot. Yeah, go 1,000, 1,300 for 9 for $4,000 on that move. That ain't bad. Basically, that's the 3-to-1 right there. I'm gonna take a long on the 1 hour. And then I'm also gonna move into the 1 minute. See, I'm isolated, separated. This trade won't, and I'm gonna watch the 1 minute. And I'm going to look for the 1 minute to give me a signal here. I'd love it if we continue to pump a little more, gravitate away, push away from that 21, the 200 there. Pull this 21 up. If we come right back below, no good. This is a fake out. And I want to see this 21 pull up into price action. This is our next trade that I'm looking for on the live. If we can get this, this would be nice. Pumping nicely on that 1 minute. Doing what it's supposed to do. Let's get back to our top down for a split second here. So the daily, okay, we're getting a little bounce there. So the daily, if that closes red, I feel like we're going to come down to the bottom of the channel there, 61.5. Yeah, but the 4 hours fighting above the 200, there's a chance that the 4 hour wins this battle here. So let me just move this out. Some days you have to disregard a bigger time frame and work with the time frame that gives you the most information. This may be very confusing to a beginner, and I understand, even to an intermediate or even to someone who's been trading a long time. I try not to explain everything that I do as a trader and just show you, because I explain you the reasoning why I'm doing things, but I don't explain why I see it the way I see it sometimes, because it's almost impossible to get that, it's years of subconscious data that's running through my mind. I mean, it could be a head and shoulder pattern. You see, there's some sketchiness today. We need some time. I need to see what the next 8 hours are going to do here. I'm a little risky on that 1 minute, but boom. All I want is some sideways price action. The stochastics look good to me. I like being above the 200. I like everything that's been happening so far. I like the bull div. I'm trusting in the overall fundamentals of the bullishness here. It's not as clear as it normally is. This price action's a little funky, but I'll take it. We'll see where we go with this. Back to kind of how I started the morning, looking for this just sideways price action here inside, right? Confusing to everyone is probably easier to say. Yeah. Let's take a look here at the BOOKMAP again. It's got liquidity on both sides. Still wants to build lower to 63K, 62,370 even, 62.5. We're at 63,540 now, though, for Bitcoin. Trade flipped high. We went up $97 at one point, $79. Got a nice pump on that original that we're not really, but that's good. Get me away from entry. I'll take anything away from entry. Now we want to see this pull the 200, the 21 above the 200. Very important we get what we're looking for here now. This is where the Sammy special comes into play. The Sammy sauce here. This is where you have to have real patience. You can't pull the trigger too early. You have to understand your risk. You have to know exactly what you're doing. Very calculated here. I make this look easy. I do it a lot. It's not. It took me years to perfect this idea. I know exactly why I'm trading the leverage I'm trading. I know exactly how I'm using the leverage I'm using. I know why I'm isolated, separated. Like, there's a whole thought process behind everything I'm doing. I'm not just willy-nilly doing this. Please don't do anything you see anybody do online. Don't replicate. Get an education and then use that education to find out what trades you see fit. What makes sense to you. If I can give you information that helps you, so be it. That's all I'm trying to do. I use exchanges. This is the exchange I'm using. It's Weeks. I have a link to Weeks if you want to jump on in. I'm very transparent. I use the exchange Weeks. I get a commission if you use Weeks. It's very simple. Click the link if you want to jump on in. Right? I give live trades almost every day. Throughout this weekend, I gave a beautiful trade. Yesterday, I gave a beautiful trade on the 15-minute. I still want to talk about. Remind me that. All right. Cubic coming back for a retest on the 1 minute. I like it. Aris Fox, email me. Email me, Aris Fox. I like what you're doing. I like how you're kind of on those altcoins. Maybe we could work together. Orange liquidity building higher, though. I like it. Shout out to Alice Star Grant. We'll see what happens, man. I'm just trading what I see, not what I think or feel. All right? Simple stuff. You know what I mean? Round hours moves incoming. Interesting. He said Super had a big move. Let's take a look at what's going on with Super. I like the S&P here. I'll say it again. You do whatever makes you happy, but I like the S&P here. Super had a pump a month or two ago. I mean, that thing is down in the dumps, man. Yeah, it had a nice pump on the 1 hour. I get it. Looks big if you're trading it. I don't know, man. I'm all set. It looks like it's... Hi, I'm from India. God bless you, man. Hope India's going well. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you for being on in. And I'm feeling good today. I'm in a good mood. I'd like to give away $100 US Tether. If anyone's out there wants to get hooked up, let me know. What we'll do is just, write your favorite thing in the world, man. Just write what your favorite thing in the world is. What's your favorite thing in the world? Is it walks? Is it breathing? You know what I mean? I don't know. Is it chocolate pudding? Is it my live stream? Is it making gains? Is it being with your kids? Make it as brief as you can, but I would like to see it. What's your favorite thing in the world? I'm going to read them all, and the one that I like the most, I'm going to hook you up $100. Let me know, man. Family. Me, please. My sister. Me with my wife. You're funny. Salamander, you're funny, bro. That's interesting. My favorite thing was watching the stream every day. I like it. This guy's understanding. Lazy rivers on the Sacro River in Maine. I like that. That sounds awesome, Ricky. Floating river with the family. Sounds amazing. I watched him play the 1 hour 50 minutes of the year. Looks like a big on the short term. The time I get to spend with my 6 kids and wife, enjoying a little time. I know, I feel that, bro. My kids in laughter. Cheese. Visiting the mountains with my kids. Teaching my kids to trade. My mom. Oh, man, my mom. My mom's scrapbooks. I vote for the salamander. You guys are funny. Going fast in cars. I like it. My family. Kids, wife, grandma. Happy love. Happy for a better future. I love fostering my dog Shepherd. She's been amazing. Hope to find a good home soon. I like that. My favorite thing in the world is my mom. No kids, not married. She's widowed. My favorite thing for her, bro, is spending time with my parents as much as possible. I love them, man. Parents are amazing. Talking for hours on the phone with my mom. A lot of people love their parents here, man. My favorite thing in the world is being a foster parent. I like that. Huh. Just spent a week on our houseboat. Awesome. I love it. Droning with my son. I like it. Watching price action. I love night fishing for catfish. My UPS truck. Hey, my man, grinding. Love what you do, bro. You can take a peek at 1 hour on link. Yeah, my incredible wife, education. Send a super chat in TA if you want me to go over a coin. It'll lock it in. My favorite thing in the world is watching the Colorado mountain sunset. Sounds beautiful. Taking the family to hot rod shows in the summer. Memories of my parents' life itself. Hey, skateboarding in a concrete bowl. Waking up and knowing anything can happen. I love it, man. Growing my blackberries. Parents. Oh, my gosh. The price over the 21 of the 200. I know. Long in the 1 minute. 100x leverage is my true love. I love it. We're getting a little bit of the cross there. It doesn't mean we're in there for sure, but we're getting the beginnings of what could be something big. This is how it could happen here. Love and happiness. Improving others' lives. I love it. Taking my daughter to dinner for her birthday. I love it, man. I love it. And you know what, man? I'd like to pay for that dinner or some of it. So, Taco Bro, I pick you, man. You've been on the stream for so long. You tirelessly show up. You're a UPS driver. You bust your butt 160 doors a day. Maybe hook you up with $100, man. I hope, maybe it'd probably be $150, $200 these days or more. Who knows? But may at least pay for half of that dinner for your daughter. You know what I mean? $1 you don't have to put into your trading account. Just send us an email with your US Tether, and we'll hook you up, man. God bless you, bro. You've been an awesome supporter of the channel. I think it's time we gave back, bro. God bless you, Crypto Taco, man. And everyone, give him a round of applause. He's an amazing guy. He comes to the stream every single day. He has something positive to say every single time he's here. He's been an amazing addition to the community. So if everyone gave as much as he did to the community, oh my goodness. We'd be out of control, man. I love you. And shout out to everyone that wrote. I loved reading all your stories, your ideas, everything that you put into the chat. It's been amazing. Remember, I just trade situation awareness. I don't really think too much about it. You know what I mean? If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't over risk. But dang, man, it's been kind of a seek and destroy day for me. It's been like that. The smaller time frames, I mean, it's weekend. It's the summer. I keep trying to trade the same way that I traded January, February, March, April, May, and it's tougher, man. The summer is tough. I didn't get into this the smaller time frame trade yet anyway, though, so I'm sitting pretty on that 1 hour, just kind of sitting. No emotions. Can't get emotional about your 1 hour trade when watching the 1 minute. That'll get you going. You don't want to be doing that. Let's take a look. I want to see what Lit's doing today. I want to look at Zcash a little bit. They're both kind of bouncing back a little bit. Sky AI, we're seeing some movement here, some green. Last 1 hour or two, let's take a look at the bubbles. Lab took a beat down. That thing has been swung around like a ping pong. It almost looks like some trading group is having their way with it. I don't know what's happening. I'd be careful. One day it's up, one day it's down. They swing trading them up and down. But look, if you see the week, man, for the week, Dexy had the huge pump. We talked about it, went over it. Bitcoin Cash. Uniswap even got some love there. Pump, EtherFi. You know, Robinhood coming out with their own chain. Uniswap saying they're supporting it. I think that's a big deal. That's on-chain rails, institutional connections. That's a big deal for me. And that's just the beginning of where we're going and how fast we're connecting the levels from blockchain to tokenization. And that's why I talk about CC, Canton Network, right? It tells me that something's brewing for this thing. I don't know. It keeps dumping now lately. I DC'd into it around 14. So, but we'll see. It was super awesome, always holding. Now it looks like it's going to come down somewhere back to 11. For me, it's like a 2 to 5 year hold. I'm not really stressing it, but dang. You know, I'm very wary of adding big altcoins to my long-term portfolio. It's like it used to be something I would do at the drop of a hat. Now I'm like, no, let me think about that. I'm looking for Solana to consolidate. You know, it had good chain data. You can love or hate meme coins all you want, but you got to look at the facts. You know, ANSEM is a known character out there, and ANSEM's coin is, you know, continuing to do some damage here. And look at the TA. The TA continues to play out. It really does. You know, I can give you, I don't even need to add these other indicators, but if I do, type in RSI, and you can type in the relative and the Stokes. And then you type in MA, and you can hit 2 of those. And now we can put in the 21 at white. Make sure it's the same smoothing length. And then you can put in the 200 at yellow. So these are simple moving averages that I use. I don't use EMAs. And then I shrink these down. We don't need these too big. But this is basically like if you gave me a free trading platform, I could pop these on and get busy. Oh, look, if the 21's touching above the 200. Look, the 21 was touching above the 200. 21 touching above the 200. 21. These are meme coins. Everything trades the same way as Bitcoin. It's all the same, folks. I don't know why I figured out an anomaly in trading. It'll boggle you up for a while at first because you'll see it all the time, but you won't, you know what I mean? It's like, once you understand my way of trading, it's going to take some time for it to kind of marinate through your mind and body for you to work it the way you want to work it. But I mean, once it works, you're going to be like, dang, this guy knows something and he learned something. Look, this looks like you're going to 67 now. If we go there, it's very likely. I mean, that's an uptrending cup and handle. If anything, you can see we're kind of in this too, which could eventually become the rising wedge that breaks out. That even sends it a little higher. Possible 87% gain. At this point, I mean, we knew about this going down here now. ANSEM. It's up 4x from when I put it out to the trading group. And then I put it out again there. It's up about a 3x. I actually got some DMs about it and some messages. People saying, hey, man, thank you. I made some gains on that. So, God bless. And again, it was highly speculative. But you had to know. He's the most famous guy online. You know what I mean? Fancy. He's the most fansome, right? ANSEM. He's the most famous, really, crypto person. You know, he's had, you know, he really is one of the more well-known. And again, I didn't even know who he was until like 18 months ago. It's not a big, no. But, yeah. And he's out there every day. He's promoting, you know, he's doing a lot. So anyway, he fought Ben, if you don't remember. He's a really tall black dude. He's like 6'8". He fought Ben. I don't even using like the word white and black, though. He's a really tall dude. He's 6'8". Seems like a nice dude. Like, seems like he has a very well calm temperament, chill, you know, for the most part, from what I've seen, right? Anyway, so look, cup and handle. It looks like it's going to continue. And Afro Man just jumped on in. They sent Afro Man something. He's going to make a song about it. This thing could get really big. The $1 billion is coming, and then, you know, once it hits a billy, it could go up even more. And people are up huge already. For me, it's like, you know, you chuck a couple grand in there. Next thing you know, look, you're up 6-7 grand. You take your 2,000 and you leave your 5 grand in, and you see what happens. That's what I would do if I was trading ANSEM. All right. How do you trade ANSEM? It's simple. You can go to any place. You can go to Jupe. I like going to Jupe. You know, I trade on Jupiter. Right. You know, what is Jupiter? You go to Jupe here. Get yourself a Phantom wallet. All right. You go to the DEX, the Jupe DEX. All right. You put some Sol in your Phantom wallet. All right. Make sure you have some Solana. You need that to pay the gas fees. You go over to Dex Screener. You copy paste right here. That's going to say address copy. You make sure it's the right one. It's got to have locked liquidity. You want to go to the website, the Twitter. You know what I mean? There's a lot of fake stuff out there too. This is the right contract. I've been watching it for like a few weeks now. And again, I tend not to give contracts. I want people to find them themselves so they can, you know, I never want to be blamed for the wrong contract because that's on you. You got to do that stuff and do your due diligence. Okay. Okay. But then you go here and you're like, okay, what's the coin? And you paste the contract address. You find it. There it is. And then you say, well, I got this much Sol. You connect your wallet and then you buy, and then you'd hit swap and you'd swap Sol for ANSEM. Okay. And that's how you would buy ANSEM, man, on Jupe. And there's many other places to use Solana, right? They may even have an in swap right now, right? So look, that's a beautiful trade right there that I just have to take. I have to take this trade. You see what I'm saying? I'm forced to take this trade long right now. So I'm going for 64,369, which I like. That's amazing. That 369, which is the Nikola Tesla trifecta. The 21's above the 200. Candle's red. I don't want to buy green. Could come down and stop me out in 2 seconds. Anything could happen. Stop loss of 63,256. This is the initial trade I just wait on. See here, we get a bounce. I'm watching it closely. This is the model. 21 above the 200 inside what looks to me is forming into a flag. Got to get the bounce there. Flip a green candle. Get some consolidation towards the end. Could be a double top too. Could be an Adam and Eve and come on down on me. See how even though I trade the model every day, I still I'm always looking for what could not be or what could be, you know. I'm trading that now though. 295 for 1,000. It's a really good setup. I love this setup. I look for it every day. I waited for it. It happened. Now I'm in. I mean, that's exactly what I do. Let's see if we can make a G here. All right. And if you want to see what you're going to win, I take that off. I raise the stop up, and you can see it there. 1,073. Let's go, baby. Let's make some gains here today. Oh, yeah, I take the stop loss and not the take profit. And it always says, hey, what are you doing? Can't do that. You already have an order over there. There's not enough money in the order because I get it. So let's go. We got a nice scalp here cooking for Bitcoin. I can redeem myself here and get a nice pump back to the upside. It'd be nice. We just, boom, send it, baby, send it. I'll let it cook throughout the rest of the stream. Solana looks good to me. I like this consolidation that it's in right now. I see it continuing this consolidation and then breaking out. I have 1,000 souls, so I am kind of a little more bullishly biased to Solana. I will tell you, I hold a lot of Solana. When something has a use case and it's been a big part and the transactions are fast, it's robust, it gets talked about, it has big volume. There's a lot of things going for me. Like there's just 100 reasons why trading that works. All right, so there we go. That's how you make $130 in under a minute and a half. But again, I'm not going to brag. Look, this has to work. I don't want to just see these $100 spurts. I want to see a real move here. Get a bullish bounce off this. I don't want to see this just kind of a bear div there. Not amazing. Trusting the 21 and the 200. I put so much faith in just those two things and let the rest, you got to have something that you just kind of overrides everything else. When I see that I'm in, cut my losses right now, and I could have basically been at break even for the day, right? I don't know. That doesn't look amazing. See how this is swinging down? That kind of swung up. That's called a bearish divergence. And then we hit kind of a resistance there at 63.6. Seems to be a little tight right here. A little tight. It's a little tight. We're gonna need to hold the zone here and bounce. We need some big buys to step in here and pump this puppy out. 64.369. Look how quick you could change. I mean, up 200, down 100, about, you know what I mean? Up to 150, down 500. This is not for the faint of heart. It's so pretty, though, when it looks right and it plays out the way it's supposed to. Like, it just kind of... I can't stand when a nice, beautiful setup doesn't play out right. It's always like, oh, that's sad. Looks like a bear div double top that's going to take me out. Struggling. That pump there, I feel like should have continued. Be more realistic. Now we got to wick up back again. This is just, a lower candle there. And then we have the solemn piano that makes you cry when you lose. Like, oh no, so sad. No, that's all. I mean, I don't like that. That song gets, yeah. No, I'm not into that. It's too much. It creeps on me when I get too focused. But if I knew that was playing, I'd turn it off immediately. It's just a quiet, calm. That's not what the show's about. We want to keep the energy going. I think puts me to sleep. And I always forget it. Then I hear that song and I'm like, get that thing off of the playlist. Should be able to just delete anything out of the playlist. So the battle right here is for the 21, above the 200. Let's see, baby. There's going to be a battle here. Usually it is a catalyst. I like that right there. I mean, so much can happen. The 1 minute teaches you so much. And when you're drinking coffee, it can really get you going. Hey, you've been with me this whole time. I know you know what I'm saying. All right. So, a couple things can happen to Sol. Let's look at the 4 hour. 4 hour is, it hit a resistance. Previous area there at about 83. Finding its way, though. But beautiful pump. We gave you the call at 75. It's still in the money from the call I gave you there on Solana, baby. There it is on the daily. It's still there. I called the daily call at 75. You're still in the money. I see this continuing. I see Sol headed to the 200 moving average. Once it gets there, we're going to kind of probably get a rejection. We'll find our next support zone, and we'll go from there. All right. But, Sol looks interesting to me. The use case stands strong. You got Pump Fun. You got ANSEM. People making money. People talking about it. It's in the news. It's got something going for it. And I knew it was only a matter of time because it has utility. Utility eventually gets talked about because something happens, something moves, someone makes money, someone makes a coin, you know what I mean? Something happens when you have activity on chain. And to me, it's a go-to idea whenever you're, look at that pump right there. Funny, when you look at it here, it looks so bullish. Like, that's gone. Like, I'm going to win the trade no matter what. Like, it's gone. Send it, baby. I like this. If I look at this chart, will I win? If I look at this chart, you know what I mean? It's like, and you definitely build the flag as you go. You can tweak it. There's nothing wrong with that. People say, oh, he just keeps changing it to fit the position. No, life keeps changing. It's like if you were driving a race car on track and like there was no one next to you. Next thing you know, someone trying to edge on you. You drive the exact same way. No, you start changing. You change all, you know what I mean? You got to be able to switch it up as you're going, man. Like, especially if you're on the smaller time frames with me. Like, if you can't pivot, we're going to have a problem. Because that means when I pivot, you can't pivot with me, and then you're going to be left in the dust half the time, and you're going to be like, dang, man, this guy's trading style, he's all over the place. Because you just can't make that move when it's time. That looks really nice. Like, that to me is a screaming pump. If we don't pump, I you know what I mean? If we don't pump, I'm gonna eat this mine. Because I'll attempt. If we don't pump, I'll attempt to eat this mouth. I'll chew it up right now. I'll chew that thing up to pieces over there. So that looks just absolutely beautiful. Defy that divergence. Get the pump. We have erased one of the losses at least so far. Actually, about both of them, if we took both trades, right? We're up $300. We're at break even on the day now. All right? By keeping our head straight and trading clean. We cut off losses before we needed to handle a bigger loss, and we found a model that made sense, that we've backtested for a long time. We're not just trading emotions and whatever we feel. We're trading something that we've known, seen. You guys have traded this with me hundreds of times. And I even told you, you know, we might end up flipping long later on in the show and catching a long. I said it out loud, and maybe so far, maybe I talked it into fruition, but we'll see. And we're not out the water yet. This could still dump on me. Making me want to take my 160 have been so volatile. But we'll see, man. Wow, look at that. Send that puppy, baby. Send that. Looks like we're going to get a Sammy special here and have some fun. So you're telling me we can have fun. We can have fun. Look, and then you raise the trigger. Let me get rid of this stop loss for a second. You raise the trigger to right below this. Look, we can only lose 273 in that trade. Risk is so awesomely small. If I lose that again, I'm still only down like 500 on the day. I can go down. I could take a $500 loss for a day. That's nothing. Everyone send a super chat my way. It'll go into that jar. You'll see the balls move around. It's kind of interesting how you can interact with the balls. Sorry. Trump needs to launch a spicy tweet. I agree. Yeah. To brush your shoulders off, it must be strong. I should have a thing, like, when I do this, I mean, it's really going to, you know what I mean? It's like baseball. Like, I like this coin. It's called ear coin. You know what I mean? I've had an earful of that coin recently. Baseball signals are amazing. He's like, I touch the chin, I touch the chin, touch the face, touch the face. It's really one signal. They just do 100 things to make it. He's like, ear, and it's like, touch the chin. Like, you know, so he touches the chin, ear, five, you know, he's like, oh, he touched the chin. You get what I'm saying? It's not 7 signals. They're not memorizing chin, eyebrow. They're just doing that, and it's one thing they have to do. It's just if he touches his eyebrow. But he touches his ear 5 times, then his chin, then his eyebrow. I mean, I know you know this, right? Come on now. Baseball players aren't that smart. They're not chess players now. Anyway, hope you're having a good time here on the channel. God bless you all. Thank you for coming on in. We pride ourselves on being the most entertaining crypto live stream in the game. I hope the show holds its own as an entertaining stream besides the trading. Okay? Because that's the goal. That's the plan. That's the hope. That we make it fun and exciting every single day here to trade with us. And that you find joy. I find when you're having a good time and you're laughing, you tend to learn better too, right? You ever had a teacher that put you in a good mood? Didn't you learn better with that teacher? 100% you did. You ever teacher came in and asked you, you didn't want to learn from that person? You think you had a good time with the No. Person that opens up, the person that connects, the person that brings that vibrance into the classroom, it definitely helps you understand the information better. And so it's important that we connect in this way every day because I'm teaching you something that has taken me years to figure out, and I want to make sure that you get it and use it to your advantage and nail it. The way the price action's been, I want to take my 195 and walk away right now. I really do. What am I even think about putting my stop loss like really close to break even at this point. Just taking so long to play out. A regular Tuesday, I feel like we would have had our pump by now. I want to be greedy though. I want to take a look at the Ethereum chart. See if there's a chart on Ethereum here to play. And look, we don't even have to leave weeks. We can go right here to ETH. USDT, and we can look at ETH here. Should be doing almost the exact same thing. It should be trading on the 1 minute. By golly gee oh my. To me, ETH looks like it broke out already from the flag, and it's on its way for a bigger move. The curvature of the 21 suggests a move is already been made. Ethereum might be a hot skip and a jump ahead. Still is that bear dip, though, that swing down on the RSI, the overbought stochastics. Huh. We're not out that water yet, man. How many days I've traded this 1 minute, thousands of days, this exact same pattern, this exact same situation. And I'm not trading it right now, obviously, right? I'm trading Bitcoin. Ethereum will create a bigger gain for the same win, but it'll be riskier, right? I'm going to look at the big picture for ETH too as well. Oh, I like that wick. That's a buy wick, bro. That's a strong, that's a retest. Okay, now we're almost, yeah, I think we're above break even on the day now if this could continue. Let's take a look at Ethereum real quick. I like Solana here too as well. If you like Bitcoin here on the 4 hour, then you got to like Solana and Ethereum and Hyperliquid. They're all going to follow Bitcoin. Look at ETH right here on the 4 hour. That to me is a bull flag about to absolutely explode. They just faked the breakout first, got everyone to rush in. So look, they faked the long, they got it going, they went after the longs. Then they went after the shorts that chased this wick. Now they got things pretty even, and the general direction should take place. And again, when you just trade like I do, you eventually know what to do without having to think about it. Like there's no question when the 21's above the 200 that I'm long. There's no question. You see what I'm saying? It's not like, oh, will I go long here? Oh, I think I might long this. Now, I might look at some things. There might be, it might be a Friday afternoon. Like the day really has a lot to do with it. Bad trading days are bad. Days with low volume are days with low volume. Like today's a tough day to trade. You could tell it's been playing games. It's not a normal Tuesday. It's a fighting Tuesday. It is still a holiday week considering. A lot of people took this whole week off for July 4th. July 4th fell on the Saturday. Usually it falls on like the Wednesday or the Thursday. You know what I mean? It fell on a Saturday this time. So people had to choose. Do I take the week off before or do I take the week off after? Usually you want to start the celebration. So a lot of people probably took Friday off, half day. And they're not coming back till the following Monday. Like, you know what I mean? They took a nice 9-day vacation with their family somewhere. Went to Michigan. Went to Lake Winnipesaukee. You know what I mean? Martha's Vineyard. I went to the vineyard with my family. I went to Nantucket. I saw the flying horses. Who here's been to the flying horses on Martha's Vineyard? Just want to take a call. Who here has got the brass ring? Anyone ever get the brass ring? I actually did get the brass ring last week. I'm not lying. I was on the kitty one with my daughter, the little one in the inside. No, I was. And she couldn't even reach. She's 2 years old. She would have so I put my hand over her hand and reached and handed it. And we did it. And by lo and behold, I got the lucky ring, man. I can't believe it. You know what I mean? I hadn't been in a year. Last year too. It's funny. And the other person we were with got the gold ring. It was weird. It was like my whole group was blessed. We got that gold. You always want to get it's a brass ring. It's beautifully, but you want to get the brass ring. You go to this, anyone here been to the flying horses in Martha's Vineyard? Anybody here? Circuit Ave, baby. Love the flying horses. My man, Circuit Ave, baby. I love that name too, Circuit Ave. You got to love Circuit Ave. That's where all the magic happens in Martha's Vineyard in Oak Bluffs. Everyone calls it Oaks Bluff. Is it Oak Bluffs? It's Oak Bluffs, but people call it Oaks Bluff. Smokes Puff. But it's called Oak Bluffs. All right. Beautiful part of the vineyard where a lot of people come in. A ship comes into Vineyard Haven or Oak Bluffs. My man, Circuit Ave, man. So we got one person on the chat that's been to the flying horses. Yeah. We went to the Outer Banks. Okay, yeah, Georgia's Bank, yeah. Need a little more pump in the VAH. 65, yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm from Boston area. Never been to Nantucket or Martha's Vineyard, though. Need to. Come on down, Ricky. Take a trip down, brother. Text me. Might have some lunch with the lifer, bro. Make that a, come down to the game here and have lunch with the lifer. Dude, we're getting a nice little move here to the upside. My trade just flung long. And now we're starting to clean up on the day. Take care of those lossies. I'm going to move my stop loss to break even at this point. I don't want to lose anymore. I've seen enough. You know what I mean? I've seen enough today. I'm going to make sure I solidify about $20. That one trade is taken care of. The other one, I don't know. It's a deeper trade. I'm not really like trying to get myself played too early on that one. I want to make sure I'm trading the right trade. This happens to me sometimes. I'm like, you know what I mean? Yeah, this one was like way down there. Yeah, just cancel that. Dang, man, nice pump up 300. Now 240. They're making this tough. Nice slow. Now you want to see if we can do this. See? Now we want to do something like, got to keep the 21 as the cushion. You see what I'm going? You know what I mean? We want to cushion the 21. We want to continue. We can't lose the... When you lose the 21, this whole thing kind of starts to unravel here. Okay? We're in the depths of the trade here. Shout out to everyone cooking it with me. Anyone make gains already? Anyone make gains here on the channel? Put a 333 if you made gains already taking any of these trades. The short actually wasn't too bad if you took it and nailed it without the... You know what I mean? Anyone in gains right now? Anyone solidify gains already? Close up in is to Cape God. Never been, but that's a great song by Dispatch. I never been. I just entered a short on Dex. I don't mean, it might be. It did have a big pump. I'd have to take a look at it for you, though, to make a definitive answer. And again, nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. You do whatever makes you happy. So we have one guy, Steve of USA, knows about the flying horses, the oldest carousel in the United States. So if you've ever been on a carousel, it came from there. Look at the 333s bouncing into the chat. People are up. I'm up 40%, still in it long. And shout out to someone that yelled, watch that 30-minute. You actually, I went and I looked at that 30-minute and I saw what you saw. That had me kind of thinking. And you kind of helped me switch long from those shorts. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Short of the dump of the NQ. Interesting. NQ got a dump. Our way back to 64.8. Move the stop loss to break even. I moved the stop to break here, too, on the trade. It's been treachery today. Shorted on hype, lost 30%. Who did? That's two different comments, not the same. Love watching you trade, bro. Proud to call you and Master Friend my mentors, man. God bless you, man. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, me and Master Friend know, we know we've been doing this for a long time. We understand that anything can happen. We never get on our high horse. We could lose as bad as anybody on any given day if we stray away from strategies and discipline. You're not amazing because you've won before. It just actually puts you more into getting propped up sometimes the wrong way. Like, that's looking nice. It's looking really nice. How much you don't want to? I don't want the market maker to even watch my stream. I'm so sick. Who's got gainitis today? Shout out to Marcus Schaefer 2447. Are you enjoying the stream? Shout out to everybody here in the stream. God bless you all. Send it, baby. Send it. Love you guys. We love you, man. More. We love you more. We love you more. We've adopted you. We'll never let you go. You're in for life, man. This is the Hell's Angels, the Lifers Angels. Once you're in for life. That's it. It's a blood oath, man. While you were sleeping in the middle of the night, we did a blood oath. Nice little, look at this move to the upside for Sammy. And again, I could say on the channel, put a 333 if you're making gains here on the channel. I've got to say this almost every single day for 2-3 weeks straight, man. Remember that I said it, tomorrow I'm going to say, I said it yesterday. Remember, we made gains on the channel. 376. The other trade's up 283. We could take that and call it. I kind of want to take that the way it's been going today. I'd rather just trade my thing and move on. Get 10 of those today. Oh my goodness. It can't even track it. It can't even track it. No. Send that a little higher. Oh, that was almost impossible to see. But I'm going to take my 450, 475, 500. If I can get 500 out the trade, super happy. That is a pump and a half, folks. Oh my goodness. I'm not hitting that button yet. Oh no. All right, I stayed in at 476. See if it can wick, but that's just unsustainable away from the 21. I got to get out. I took one off the table. That was a nice pump. I'm going to keep the other one going. That was a nice pump to the upside. We started the trade down here, so shout out to anyone that took gains. Now you made gains. All right, put 333. Now everybody made gains. That pump was enough for everybody to eat today. And that's how you make a day's pay, man. That's all you need for a day's pay. You don't have to be crazy. Just take a day's pay off the table. You know what I'm saying? That's all. You don't got to be greedy. To feed the needy. You could set up partials. You could do 25% here, 50% there. This looks like this thing may go. I mean, we've been waiting for the big pull. Just big pumps like that to me are eating time. I got to eat when I see that. That's what we're looking for. I search and destroy for green candles like that. I'm in, baby. Shout out to Rave Song Records who made gains today. Who made gains with the lifer, man? Shout out to everybody here on the live. See, that's the difference between this channel and the other channels that you watch. All the other channels I used to watch on YouTube were great. They gave a video, they gave a setup, they talked about this and that. I could never make a dime with them. They didn't teach me exactly when to get in, exactly where to move my stop, exactly how to put a stop loss, exactly how to move risk management. They didn't teach me this stuff. You see what I'm saying? They never did. They never taught me this stuff, man. You know what I mean? You're the best. So how much did you use for that trade? Good job, boys. Paying the bills today. I mean, this looks like it's going to continue now. We waited long enough. That was a buy. Somebody said, hey, I'm going to get us above 63.5. All right. Someone said I didn't have patience. See how much patience I am showing you that I am putting out so much patience. The pace is moving. We got a good 124 BPM song in the background. My voice is running, right? I keep the adrenaline moving. The show goes well, but at the same time, my patience is being sitting here. Other channels teach you what not to do. Shout out to Master Friend, man, and you've taught me so much. I trade candles so much now. I understand the way candles are made. I see it through your eyes in many ways now, and that just was kind of brought on to me over time, right? And that's, I think, if you just watch the chart enough too, you'll understand, because candles will teach you, right? Like if you do it long enough, you and another trader will see eye to eye, because you'll both see it together. You'll be like, yeah, that's what it is, right? I might as well put this one to break. It was a bigger idea on the 1 hour, but man, if we're gonna break down, we're gonna break down. BTC is at the top of the larger triangle channel. Also just hit the resistance at the top of the left shoulder. Interesting. Went to Austin, Texas. I didn't have it, gang. It's okay, man. You'll get it next time. The key is to keep watching. See, if you were able to watch the show and feel like you missed something, that means something actually happened today. All right, the entry was here at 863.5, and we got out at 63.960. So a pretty big trade to make $500 because it went up $500. That means I was basically in a whole Bitcoin trade. All right. Someone said Zcash is flying. Yeah, nice little pump there to the upside. Again, the 21 above the 200. You didn't have to trade it any other way. A double bottom. So a known pattern that goes up 75%. 70 or 68%, sorry, will you? A known indicator that I know, which is the 21 above the 200. Low stochastics. Looks like you even have a bit of an Adam and Eve on the stochastics. A rounded bottom here on the RSI. I mean, it told you what was about to happen possibly. That's the 1 minute absolutely exploding. And then you'd say, so whenever you see a pump like this, backtest the pump. And then trade whatever you've backtested. It's like Bob Lazar and the UFOs, man. He back-engineered crafts at S4, and he can teach you now somewhat of how they were worked, through thermodynamics. Look, the 21 was above the 200, was it not? And again, everything followed Bitcoin. If it was looking good and Bitcoin pumped, it was going to pump. Solana's going to pump. Ethereum's going to pump. Lab dump once again. VH Magnet going to pull it up to 64.5 range and then dummy. Your large bearish head and shoulder is playing out, I think. Just got laid off last Wednesday. Been busy looking for a new job, so haven't caught all the moves. But have made about half my week's pay over the last week using your strategy. Thank you, Sam. You the man. Dude made half his week's pay. Got laid off, didn't have work, but was able to make it happen. All right? Was able to make it happen. Zcash is pumping. I wouldn't chase it now it looks like it has a target of, I'd look for a flag on the 3 minute. The 1 minute, something like this, right? The 1 hour does look bullish, so you look for a flag on the smaller time frames. That 21 will reconnect, and when it does, that's a good entry with the stochastics low. It might continue to pump for a little while. And the more you do this, the more in tune you'll get with it all. You'll understand. It'll make sense. So let's take a look at what's happening now. I delete everything. I want a clear head. Especially after some price action. So look, we got the model. I traded what I should have traded. I got rewarded for it. Like, I love it, man. I love when I do what I'm supposed to do and I get paid. Dude, making 1,000, again, I'm only up like 250 now, or maybe 400 between both trades, but I took care of my losses. Today is not, you know what I mean? Today is not a losing day for me. So, Solana inverted head and shoulder on the 15 minute. Let's take a look at what you're saying about Solana here. I mean, it should look just like Bitcoin. You could look, it's the same trade. You get it? The 21. You could basically have an algo that just basically trades every single position at the exact time. I should set something on. It just trades everything when Bitcoin looks like it's going to go up. Takes profits on everything and calls it a day. Inverted head and shoulder. I mean, you see it kind of like this, like shoulder, head, right shoulder. Bigger time frame, smaller one. Kind of like here. We're headed to the 200 moving average on Sol. Like that's kind of written. It's been written. Like I see Solana. That's a nice pump right there on Sol. Again, Bitcoin could have a problem, take a dump, and then it changes the whole story in a second. Right? But look at the momentum you got going on there. And again, I don't trade altcoins. Very rare that I do. I may do it right now, though. I really like these types of setups. I like when the 21's above the 200. There was a liquidation wick there that somewhat protects me. So I would be going for 96.49. My stop would be at 78.72. And I'd be in somewhere around 82. I'll go 500 for 2,000. All right? And it's very rare for me to do that. All right? Very rare for me to do that, but it is what it is. Trading Solana. Let me put that trade to the group in case someone can't make it to the live stream. I got to remember that not everyone can be at the live, and then they're like, but I pay for the Discord, right? And I got to be like, But I mean, the narrative is heating up. The use case is being used. And people are running their mouth about Sol, man. It's the newest, hottest thing in the game. So Bitcoin doing damage, man. I like it. Let's get back to that 1 minuto. So look, that thing continued to rip from my last sell. And now we're kind of in this. The coolest thing about this is this may give me yet another entry to scalp again. And I'm the scalp man. I will scalp all day long, baby. Imagine we hit my $1,000 into another scalp arena. Be cool to get at the bottom of the channel and keep this below these two dots. See, this is kind of like a double top there. Boom, boom. Keep the stop below there, and you're kind of starting to use some good positional strength. Looks like this thing may not want to stop for a second, though. Shout out to everyone here that sleuthed with me, man. It was not easy what we did. We're back at 64,000, folks. Let's go. And the bigger picture is opening up for Bitcoin too as well. The bigger picture is opening up for Bitcoin. It's not just about these smaller time frames. We're starting to see what we're looking for. All right. Do you see what I'm looking for? I like it. Things are going our way. And look, I got this trade on the weekly open on BTCC. I got a trade on the weekly open. So I got in, I put my stop below the previous wick, right? And I'm trading right there. See, I'm just going the fact that we're going to go up 5,000 for 52,000. Let's go. All right. So I like the weekly too. I like to trade the bigger time frames and let them cook over time. It's a really great way to trade. I mean, it's more pleasing. If you have a family like me, 4 kids, and you watch your trade and you check on it once a week, and it's kind of like, it's really soothing. You're smoking a cigar in the jacuzzi and you're just like, my weekly trade just doing its thing. I'm not staring at, And then again, when I trade the 1 minute, I trade. It's an active trading day for me. Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm hard on that 1 minute, that 5 minute. You can clearly see there's money to be made out here. You just gotta time it. You gotta catch it right. You gotta put in the work. I'm putting in the work. You can clearly see I'm putting in the work, and that's why I'm winning. It's going to take you time to win. You got to put in the work. People want to win without putting the work. That's the issue, man. That's the main thing. And they don't know how long the work really takes because they've never put in the work. I used to think I knew what the work was. But if I never had put in the actual work, and what is the work? It's the epitome of everything you've got. It's basically everyone has a threshold of how much they can give, and everybody knows what that is deep inside. And either you lie to yourself and you give halfway, and you get halfway results if you do that. Or you say, you know what, I'm going to go all the way. Like for my channel, I go all the way. I pack all my equipment when I travel. I make sure I never miss the show no matter what. I never say, you know what, it's just a couple days. I don't need all this stuff. I say, know what, I'll pay for the extra bag. I'll book an extra this. I go out of the way. I said, no, it has to have better internet. I'll book the Airbnb for more money. I'll have an extra bedroom for no reason just so I can have a place to stream. Whatever it is, man, I put the stream first. I spend money on the stream. I put priority on the stream. No matter what happens in my life, again, it's God, my family, and the stream, and each one of you guys, the trading group, like, so important. If you don't put what you're building in front of everything else, then why would anyone else believe in it? You got to become the first subscriber of your own life. Like, if you don't subscribe to your own channel, then who will? You got to be the first subscriber. When I started my channel, I hit the subscribe button. I was the number one, I was the first subscriber to this channel. You got to be the first subscriber to your life's channel, man. You got to believe in yourself. You got to make it happen. You are in control. It's not your mother's fault. It's not your brother's fault. It's not your uncle's fault. It's not your dad's fault. You're where you are today, right now, for whatever reason, whatever reality you were given, you have right now. Okay? And your ability to use the present moment to create is, I believe, why you're here. What will you create is the question. What will you add to reality? You know, I create a form of medium that creates positive energy and educates every day. I like that. That's my purpose, man. I love that. That's my purpose. Surrounded by that, I have other business purposes and I help others throughout my life, and I like it. I like where I'm at right now. You see what I'm saying? I'm not looking over my shoulder wondering. When I was working for other people, I was always like, man, I wish I was doing something different. I want to live my dreams. Look like they're about to short squeeze to 65,000. Looks like we're positioned pretty nicely for big red above us. And now there's no red below us. You see where big red was below us? It's gone. Spoof. Now look at the liquidity. It's all the way back up to 64.8 and to 65,000. And you can see now we're kind of using the 21 as a catalyst to the upside here. And we can use previous supportive resistance as a way to long. I actually like the trade right now yet again. I keep going 300 for 1,000. I want to really catch a green one a little too high there, but I like the overall movement of this. I think it might come down and put me underwater for a second, or it might pump and then put me under and then come back. But overall, I just like where we're going. I'm going to keep this trade rocking. The other trade's cooking too. Ain't nothing wrong. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. Let's go. Let's go. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the stream. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate your motivational energy that you provide for the channel. When you show up every day, I show up. When I see 1,000 people in the concurrent watch list, I mean, I'm like, dang, there's 1,000 people waiting to watch this. I got to do my best. I got to come through with everything I got. I got to make this show amazing. I can't just show up, hey, look at the mic. I watched a trading show last night. The guy sits there. We're waiting. We're just waiting. We're waiting. And again, he's a younger guy. I get it. I've had years of experience. I've been in New York. I've talked. I've been on stage. You got to have some pizzazz. You got to have some character. You got to have some moxie, baby. You got to have that charisma. A little something different to keep the show cooking, man, while people are waiting on a trade. It can't just be staring at the screens. Like, come on. But that's me. You know what I mean? That's the kind of guy I am. I ain't into the sit there and wait type of thing. I got to have some action. We got to have some movement. My dad was like that, right? My dad raised me that way. My dad was an action man. If you're raised by an action man, you're going to want action, good or bad. Sometimes I wish I didn't get so much action. You know, my life was so crazy. But it is what it is, man. I'm here now. Now I like a calm day with my daughters at the beach, man. That is, to me, it's enough action. I'll tell you what. Those girls are crazy as it is. There's always some controversy with 3 girls in the house. She used my comb. That's my toy. I was going to have the last piece of bagel, but she ate it. It's just like, you know what I mean? World War III breaks out over bagels, man. It's crazy in my house. See, I'm whittling away here. See, whittling? I call this whittling. Yeah, kind of a double top there. I might want to chill out now. Get back to gains too fast. Yikes. I think I jumped the gun on that one a little fast. I do got the 21, but dang, that doesn't look good. Now I'm flip-flopping around. I don't want to do that. Might close it all down right now. Call it a day. Reset. Rebrowse. Looks like it's going to make a shoulder, head, right shoulder, double top there. You see the double top? I see it. We're going to have to get a buy-in right now to step in here on this 21, or we got an issue. What was my trigger? I got to... All right, it wasn't that bad. It was like 220. All right, for some reason, I thought I was going like way harder than that. Like 500 for 15 or something. Yeah, 324 still is like, yeah, puts me kind of back at break even on the day, right? After all the battling. That's summer trading, man. I just like that. You know what? This is important. I'm going to talk about like sports or tennis or whatever. You're playing tennis. You may not have a great match, but you played. You know, you may not do the best, but you came out. You got your sneakers on. You know, you checked your tennis racket. Sometimes it's not about being great that day, but it's about showing up. I've learned that in the consistent game of being good at anything in life. You got to, as long as you can keep showing up. Like today, if this all happens, at least I showed up hard today. I went out, I went at the market. I went at the market. I learned a lot. I can use today for another day. You know what I mean? It's all been stacked in the subconscious. So I just got tapped fast. They tapped me out right there. Let's look at the bigger picture. I think I'm in too small right now. All right, cool. What I'm going to do is map up the 5 and trade the 5 later on today. Anyway, it's a lot of trading, Sam. I know. Some days I might be 20 trades a day. It depends on what I'm doing. Today I'm very active. I'm feeling it. This looks bullish to me. I think I should have calmed down. I went a little too hard on the 1 minute. It's all right. There's the trade right there, but wait for the 21 to touch. 65,204. And BOOKMAP is telling me we got liquidity to the upside. It says that they're going to go take out that liquidity at one point. See the stop loss, 63,434. You see that number there? It'll change. $63. I'm about to say, I put a different. I was like, I know something was wrong. 63. All right. I mean, I hit this trade 1,000. I hit the other one. 2K comes in and turns into a good day. Couldn't trade with you today, but had you in my ear talking all the knowledge and vibes. Keep doing what you do. God bless you, man. Thank you. Yeah, yeah, exactly. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. Sam, I love your Lamborghini, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. It's a beautiful car. God bless you. Thank you very much. I'm buying this 4-hour wick on the alts. I like it. I think the 4-hour looks great. Me too, man. Me too. Me too. Bigger time frames look better. Well, I got a bunch of trades open, man. We got the weekly open. I use your weekly, Sammy. Not sure if it's open for EU residents. I believe it should be fine, but double check. You know, they got Micah going. Mika, whatever it is. So I would get myself a hardware wallet with as much tether as I could before all that, but whatever. Is AERO finally ready to break out? Let's take a look at Aerodrome. Thank you so much for the super chats, everybody. 4-hour looking, 1 hour even looks like it's going to rip. 1 hour looks bullish right now. Wish I didn't make that quick trade just there on the smaller time. I didn't mean to do that. Dang. We're still doing good. We got a potential for another trade here cooking too. Just got an offer on my house. Wow, 3 days of being on the market. Today is great. That's amazing, man. God bless you. Get the best offer you can, though. Don't think, you know what I mean? They might try to get you down. Sometimes the best thing at beginning isn't always the best, but I hope it does work out. Sounds awesome, man. It's great. Dude, you're one of the first people to ever say I love your Lamborghini. That's so nice of you, bro. So many people hate when you got a Lamborghini. They just hate on you immediately. Oh, you're a Lamborghini? The song is awesome. Classic from your stream since more than 1 year ago. Thank you. Yeah, this one has been one that's rocked with me for a while. Rock bottom became the solid foundation of which I rebuilt my life. Even the darkest night will end and the sun will rise. 100%. My mom died in front of me on Thanksgiving Day, man. I remember working a night shift for, being in the same one-bedroom apartment for 10 years. I grinded, I struggled, I pushed, I pulled, I fought. I never gave up. I kept going. And I still can't give up. I still got to keep going. I still got to keep building. Nobody's going to take care of me but me. Nobody's going to be there for you or your family but for you. You got to keep grinding. You know that. I know that. We all know that. The hot water heater goes in your house tomorrow. Who's going to fix it? Someone coming to fix it for you? I'm asking you a serious question. Is someone coming to fix your hot water heater for you tomorrow? My dad used to say this to me. So the hot water heater breaks tonight. You think one of my buddies is coming in to fix it today? They're going to give me $5,000? He said, you're on your own in this life. Remember that. Friends are friends. There's good friends out there. Some people will actually give you the $5,000 and help you out, but they're very rare. They're like 1 in a million. Those people are few. If you have someone like that in your life, consider yourself so grateful. Those people are very, very, and as day and age gets bigger and the iPhone and me, and everyone's all about themselves, it just gets less and less that you see people realize by giving, they get back. Everyone's want to just take from everybody. It's kind of crazy, but it's the facts, man. A lot of people don't realize by giving, you receive more. That's why there's more people. That's why less people are in the top 1%. 1% of the people that give a lot and give way more than the other people. It's crazy, but that's the facts. You know what I mean? So, and most people are taking as much as they can, and then just like, because they're afraid they're not getting enough. They live in fear. See, fear has everything to do with it. When you're in fear, you think things aren't going to happen for you, so you hoard your money. You don't give any money to anybody, because if you don't think you're getting more, how the heck could you give it away? You don't tip at the restaurant. You give the least amount of tip you can. Heck, you barely eat at restaurants because you don't want to tip. If there's a restaurant and there's a to-go spot, you're going to the to-go spot because you ain't giving any of your money to nobody. You need your money for you. I've looked at places now. I see both places, and I say, I'll go there just to tip the person because they need something. Looks like it's slow today. I'll give my money to the business. You know what I mean? You can make those decisions when you live in abundance. You can give back to others. You can give. You have the ability to give. And the ability to give comes from within. You either believe you have it or you don't. Once you believe you have it, you start getting more. You know? Thank you for doing this every day. I'm very close to leaving my job and working for God and getting into the group. God bless you, man. Shout out to my man, Aaron. Thanks for showing Trading Jupiter this morning. I think more people know how to interact outside of exchanges, the better. Safety first. Thank you. Shout out to the girl next door. God bless you. Sam, that Lamborghini is gorgeous, man. Let the haters hate. Shout out to Ivan, man. God bless you. Thank you. Have you seen the Bentley SUV? Check that one out. Sounds cool. Greetings from Malaysia. God bless you, man. Congrats on the house offer. Hey, amen, brother. Jesus gave more than what he had. He was constantly giving his time. He gave it to, that he saw that woman here. He gave his time. Sometimes, giving your time to someone is huge. You ever seen someone that looks distressed? In New York City, you see a lot of people, and you see distressed people. Look, this looks like it's going higher. 64.8 now, big red above us. But you see distressed people, and I feel like God's like, hey, there's someone, and you could go up to them, maybe start a conversation, maybe calm them down, make them feel a little better. Everyone has the ability to help others. And sometimes it's not monetary. It's your time and just your presence. I've been somewhere with like an older lady that I normally might not talk to, like kind of a street, someone just, hey, starts saying hi to me. And I don't brush them off and ignore them. I have a conversation with them. It might be very awkward at first, and, sometimes I learn something from it. But just giving your time to somebody could be absolutely amazing, and recognizing them and not ignoring them. It will happen. If you live in New York City, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Other states, and you may not get it. In Florida, I go sometimes a day or two without seeing without like really, like I see a couple people at the store. That's about it. Just sold my Countach and bought another few Bitcoin. I love it, man. Another awesome stream. Always looking forward to seeing more. God bless you, Ricky. Thank you for being here. You're my inspiration to get my Lamborghini. Keep the amazing work. God bless you always. You'll get it if that's what, I never really desired a Lambo. I never wrote down, this is what I want. It never dawned on me. Just one day, I just saw pictures of the blue, and I liked the color, and I said, that's cool. I said, that might be kind of fun. Might change up my life a little bit. I'm home all day. I'm home every day. You have to understand, 7 days a week, I work from home. I don't go into the office. I don't interact with tons of people. I don't have like a lifestyle where I leave the house. I am in the house all the time. So being able to leave the house in style and have some fun kind of change, kind of helps me stay in the house. I need some reinforcement to keep working 7 days a week, folks. I've made money, so money is cool. I don't mind making money. But let's have an experience. Let's have some fun with the money. Let's turn the money into a memory, into an into a behavioral action. Let's have some fun with the money, man. That was the whole inspiration behind the Lambo. I said, man, I work from home every single day. I should do something different, change it up for myself a little bit here. I said, I've gone 5 years straight without a day off. I think I deserve, if anyone can say, hey, you deserve a little something. Well, let's say in the last year, man, I got a boat, a Lambo. I mean, I'm happy, man. Life is good. No complaints over here in the Sam Price, area. I feel like we could almost say that it already broke out, from this strange pennant. I even feel like this was it. It was like this was it. They wicked it. They brought it in. Now they're going to send it. Anyway, I would flag out the 5-minute just like I had it there kind of set up. And I'd look for that to kind of be our next move. We still got a trade cooking too. I take that one and we are up on the day no matter what. So today was a battle. Going a little bit over on the morning, but that's okay. They say that's the best year of Lamborghini. Heard electronics is quality going down the hill. Yeah. Well, I think it got bought by Audi, which got bought by Volkswagen. So I gotta say, does Volkswagen own Lamborghini? I think that's the case right now. Yes, Volkswagen owns Lamborghini. Specifically, Lamborghini is a wholly owned subsidiary of Audi OG, which in itself is a major brand within the Volkswagen group. Volkswagen acquired Lambo in 1998 to expand its portfolio into the luxury supercar market. Isn't that crazy? You're buying a Volkswagen? I mean, it's, you know what I mean? Lamborghini is in the Volkswagen group now. I don't think when I found that out, I didn't believe it. If you had told me that and I didn't, you know what I mean? I'd be like, no, it's not. You have no idea what you're talking about. Isn't that funny? The truth is always funnier than the lie, right? It's more entertaining. See if this 5-minute stays above, gets a nice little flag here to the upside. We'll be watching this 5-minute in the group. I love that you've got the Lambo Live. You're more than deserve it. Thank you, man. Are you intending to be on the E chart right now? And again, I email you about pool supply deliveries and getting them at wholesale. Thank you, man. Somebody told me Volkswagen will stop electric car. Audi, Porsche. Yeah. Build quality is better as a result. All you got to do is start taking your motor apart and you'll see the Audi symbol immediately and then the Volkswagen symbol immediately on your air intake. So funny. I like to know, literally just got to the air intake and look at the clamp that holds it. Audi S8 had the Lambo V10. It was a gnarly car. Exactly. It's basically it's a Lamborghini, in all intents and purposes. Even when they're next to each other, you can see the car bodies are somewhat similar. Anyway, I'm going to jump on out for the day. God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy your lunchtime. It's funny, we fall right off at 12 o'clock immediately. Viewership just all you got to do is just pump your hood out, show me them all the time, and they're appreciative, or they start growing. You're funny. Can you look at Brett, USDT brother? I don't know. Let me take a look at the super chats and the fan funding here. Is AERO finally for bag fee fund found the bubbles URL? All good. Thank you. Love watching you trade. Where are the bubbles? You found it yet? Tesla, British Columbia, ALF. What does that mean? Bitcoin TA, please, boss. You're funny, man. Yeah. Once in a while. We'll get to that. Let's take a look at AERO, and then I'm going to jump out. 63.8, barely holding. It's the volatility is crazy today. We took advantage of it, don't get me wrong, but, man, it's been nuts. So I love Aerodrome. I've been holding it for a long time. in at 30, doubled up yet again. Right, but for the 100th time. Right? It seems to have done a bit of a massive bounce here on the weekly. When I look at it, AERO USD, that's where the chart looks the best on Coinbase. Now, Coinbase has the base chain. AERO is supposed to be the market maker for it. Something happened to DeFi. You know, I think people knew. Now I understand. When DeFi was brewing, it didn't pop like last time. Why? All that money was, they knew what was going to happen. They knew this AI bubble was coming, and they were positioned. Insiders know what's going to happen. Once you become really rich, all your rich friends talk, and they go, hey, I'm doing this with my company. Yeah. It's all insider trading. They say it's not. It all is. 100% it is. Because they run the world, and their friends are the people that would go after you for insider trading, and they're the ones in on the trade too. No one's getting, you know, it's all one big family at the top, man. Once you get into billionaire status, it's all, the rules are all jokes. They don't play by the rules up there. They don't have, why? I mean, why would they tell on each other? They're all above you guys. They're in a club, and we're not in it just yet. We can get in it if we work hard, though. Some people are like, I don't want to be in that club. Hey, you know what? If someone's taking advantage of me, I'd like to remove that. Or if someone has an advantage above me, I'd like to have a level playing field. You know, AERO looks like it could continue here on the 4 hour. It is going to watch what Bitcoin does, but we're bullish, man. I see AERO headed to 78. And I would, you know, an entry here with a stop below that wick at 53 could end up being pretty advantageous. Daily's a little high off the 21. You could wait for some consolidation. The Stokes are a little high. Some bear div there. I'd want to see the 4 hour maybe consolidate, but I don't know. There's a chance that Bitcoin pumps today and it takes everything with it. Big red above us is right there. So every trade is a risk, but you got to kind of see where you're at yourself and go from there. You know what I'm saying? It all completely depends. All right, I just wanted to check something. Anyway, I get to jump on out of the live. It's been a little over, but I love y'all. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for jumping on in and being amazing. Thank you for live trading with the Lifer. Hope you had fun. Hope you made some gains. Hope you didn't get chewed up. And I still see that liquidity to the upside. Stay in the group throughout the day. Go to cryptolifer.com to find out more. We got elite traders, me going, and all sorts of fun stuff going on inside the Discord. Go to cryptolifer.com. All right. If you want to trade where I trade, you can go to the pinned comment inside of Sam. Call that car Herbie. You're funny, man. Remember Herbie? Remember that? And here's a pinned comment right there where you could trade. You could trade on weeks. Or go to cryptolifer.com to join the trading group. So the two things that we have here every single day on the channel. So God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here. I love you all. I'll be back tomorrow for another awesome and amazing live stream. I don't know how we do it every single day, but we do. And we'll be back tomorrow on Wednesday for another awesome and amazing live stream. God bless you all. Thank you so much. I'll see you all tomorrow. And thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Dear Lord, thank you for the ability to have this stream. Thank you for the stream to go well. The internet went well, right? Everything went, all the tech went smooth. My team was there. For that all to happen every single day for thousands of days straight. I mean, to me, that's a miracle in and of itself. So thank you for the tech. Thank you for the internet. Thank you for everything. God bless you all. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. And I'll see you in the trading group throughout the day. You'll be in the trading group, man. I'm always around. So God bless you all. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow on the stream. Just like a fire. You better stop moving. Just like a fire. Burn it. Burn it. You better stop moving. Just like a
like